The idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account, and your dress, and your personality, and your lifestyle. Capture the ideas in your journal. Find out how things work. Shoaff gave me this word for my life change. He said, study. Great word. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a study. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, personal life. Now, here's a qualifying phrase. And we'll have several of these qualifying phrases throughout the seminar. Here's the first one. You may not be able to do all you find out. I understand that. You may not be able to do all you find out, but you should find out all you can do. See, you don't want to wind up at the end of your life and discover that you've lived only 1/10 of it. And the other 9/10 went down the drain. Not for lack of opportunity, for lack of information. So that's number one, find out how things work. Now, here's the best human virtue for finding out. Curiosity. Make a note of that. Curiosity. Be curious. You might add a word to it that'll help. Childish curiosity. What will kids do if they want to know something bad enough? Bug you. That's the phrase. They can ask 1,000 questions. You think they're through? They got another 1,000. They'll drive you to the brink. It's a virtue. When you gotta know, be like a child. In fact, Jesus, the master teacher, said, unless you can become like little children, you might as well forget it. You don't have a prayer. Excellent advice. You got to be like children. 4 ways, in my opinion, to be like a child. Number 1 is curiosity. Number 2 is excitement. Get excited like a child over your ability to make yourself do anything for change. 3rd is faith. Have faith like a child. Adults are too skeptical. And 4th is trust. Trust is a childish virtue, but the rewards are incredible. So be like a child. Now, if you're curious, let me give you 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Any life direction, any dimension. Here's 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Number 1 is to read. Become a good reader. All of the successful people I know and work with around the world, they're all good readers. Curiosity drives them to read. They got to know. They just read. Become a good reader. Now, that's my opinion. Listen to the other lecturers and listen to me and make up your own mind. Don't be a follower. Be a student. Okay? I say, really, for life change, you got to read. One way to learn is from your own experiences, but another way to learn is from other people's experiences. See, one book might save you 5 years if you read it. Did you know there's books on how to be stronger, more decisive? Be a speaker, be a leader, have a better effect on other people, develop your personality. Did you know there's books on that? And people don't read them? How would you explain that? And they can read. Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books and they wrote down how they did it and people don't read it? How would you explain that? The guy's busy, I guess. You know, you get tied up. The guy says, well, yeah, you work where I work. By the time you struggle home, it's late. You got to eat a bite of supper, watch a little TV, get to bed. You can't sit up half the night reading. And the guy's behind on his car payment. Good worker, hard worker, sincere. But you got to be better than sincere And work hard. Otherwise, at the end of your life, you'll wind up cold, stony broke. You got to be better than a good worker. You got to be a good reader. The whole world is governed by laws. The universe, in fact. Laws. We call it the law of electricity. We call it the law of gravity. There's mathematical laws. There's physical laws, speed and velocity laws, agricultural laws. There's all kinds of laws. Now that we find ourselves on the spinning planet, you just have to learn what I call the setup. Learn the setup. Life's setup. Now, we didn't set it up, but we're here, so you got to learn it. And we should learn the setup for two basic reasons. Number one, to keep from getting hurt. It's one of the major reasons for learning, so you won't get hurt. See, economically, socially, personally, you can get hurt just not knowing. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is poverty. Ignorance is tragedy. You got to know, or you're going to get hurt. It's good to know not to walk out the 10-story window. That's excellent information. Now, what if a guy didn't know and he walks out? Now he's dead at the bottom. Somebody says, well, the poor guy didn't know. You got to know, or you're going to get hurt. Okay. Now, here's a parenthesis. You don't have to like the setup. I don't ask you to like how it is. That's not what's important. But it is important to learn how it is. Okay, so you don't have to like it, but you should learn it. That's what I tell the kids, right? Make sure you get the information. What you think about it, that's up to you. What you're going to do with it, that'll soon be up to you. But make sure you get it. See, there's nothing worse than being stupid. Nothing. I mean, being broke is bad, but being stupid is awful. And what's really bad is being broke and stupid, right? That's about the end of the world. I mean, there isn't anything much worse than that. Unless you're sick. Sick, broken, stupid. I mean, that is it, right? There's nowhere else to go. So make sure you get the information. It's key. You don't have to like it, but learn it. If this big monstrous thing lifts up in the sky, hangs there for a little while, cuts loose, comes crashing down, boom, shakes the ground for 5 miles. And then this big monstrous thing lifts back up in the sky, hangs there for a little while, cuts loose again, comes crashing down, boom, shakes the ground for 5 miles. It just keeps doing it, this big monstrous thing, lifting up and then crashing down, boom. Now, you might come along one day and say, that's got to be a stupid arrangement, which is okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But the first thing you should learn to do is get out from under it, right? That's number one. You might have a great moral argument. You might want to shake your finger at the sky, but do it from over there, right? So you don't get smashed. It's called your basic smart. So number one, learn so you won't get hurt. Whether you like it or not, learn. Now here's the second reason for learning, the setup, to benefit. It's called the plus of life. And that's what life is, right? Both minus and plus. The minus is tragedy, heartache, misery, failure, unhappiness. But life is also happiness, prosperity, good feelings. So here's the key. Learn to get on the good side of the way things work. Now, here's two of the basic laws, and we'll take our break. Shoaff taught me these. They come from the Bible. Now, again, I'm an amateur, okay? When it comes to the Bible, I'm not a pro. So you'll sort of have to take my way of putting it. But here they are. The first one is the law of use. The law of use. And it goes something like this. Whatever you don't use, you lose. Lack of use causes loss. On this planet, maybe not the next one, but on this one, if you tie your arm to your body, leave it there long enough, you'll never use it again. It's over. for the arm. Now, it may not be over, but it's over for the arm. The only way to keep the use of this arm is what? Keep using it. If you quit, you lose automatically. They don't bring it up for a vote. You lose automatically when you quit. Now, the same thing that goes for your arm goes for your brain, mentality. The same thing goes for all the human virtues. Ambition, unused, declines. Strong feelings, unused, diminish. It doesn't grow, it diminishes. Faith, unused, decreases. It's a law. Vitality, unused, diminishes. Energy, unused, decreases. The guy says, well, I'm going to save up my energy. You can't do that. That's like trying to save today, put it on the end of the year. See, you can't do that. They'll come take you away. If you don't use today, what? It's lost. The guy says, well, I'll work twice as hard tomorrow to make up for it. See, that's foolish. You could have done that anyway. Today unused is lost. A talent unused is lost. An ability unused is lost. So here's one of the key expressions of the evening. Take a new inventory of yourself. Starting tomorrow, new project. Take a new inventory. And make sure that all of your talent and ability and mentality and ingenuity and vitality and strong feelings, faith, courage, make sure that all you've got's being used. Otherwise, you lose. Now, one of the best illustrations of the law of use is a Bible story called the Parable of the Talents. The talent story. Interesting story if you haven't read it in a while. Just review it. It's a good story. An ancient story. It says there was a master with 3 servants. He got them together one day and he said to the 3, I've got these talents. And in those ancient days, a talent was a measure of gold. And he said to the 3 servants, take these talents and see what you can do with them while I'm gone. He said, I'm taking a journey and I'll be gone for a while. When I come back, we'll get together, go over the book, see how you did. He said, here's 5 of these talents for you. 5. Here's 2 of them for you. 2.
Family, real quick, 60 seconds. Go in these group chats. Let's let everybody know that Mornings with Nano is live on this beautiful Monday morning. And we'll start in exactly 60 seconds, guys. Just last minute promotion, last minute promo. Let's run it.
And here's 1 for you. 1. The master said, take those talents, see what you can do with them. When I come back, we'll get together, we'll go over it all. The servant said, okay, master takes off. According to the ancient story, the master comes back from his trip. When he gets back, he gets the 3 servants together. And as he said he would, he asks, how did it go with those talents? You were 5. What happened? That servant said, well, I took the 5 talents you gave me and I put them to work. A little shaky at first, but he said things finally got rolling. And he said, I poured it on. And he said, my talents grew to 7, 8, 9, 10. He said, I doubled my talents from 5 to 10. Books will show. Master said, one heck of a job. Or something like that.
Or something like that. All right, perfect. All right, family, grand rising. Happy Monday. Hope everybody is having a blessed Monday here on today's call. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling aligned, excited to start a new week, excited to come back and pour into the family, excited to keep learning. I've been learning so much from rereading the book with you guys. The Feeling is a Secret. And I'm glad that it's a short read. I'm sure that we'll finish it up this week. But it's just been a good week all the way around. I've been feeling great. I've been practicing. As a matter of fact, put a 1 in the chat box if you've been practicing The Feeling is a Secret. If after reading this book, have you been more conscious of your feelings? Have you been more conscious of the things that you do before you go to bed now? Right? Let's make sure that we're all staying very conscious Um, if you want to hear the story of the talents, you got to go to Jim Rohn, How to Take Charge of Your Life. It's about 55 minutes in. Jim Rohn, How to Take Charge of Your Life. But I'm super blessed, super grateful for this week and everything that we have coming up. As you guys can see, I'm still here at my mentor's house, but I'll be changing locations today. I'm super blessed, super grateful for everything that they do for me and anytime that I'm there. And we had a great time at the baby shower. Baby shower was a success and it was awesome all the way around. So I'm glad that, we got a chance to, break bread with the family, just have a good time. And overall, just extremely grateful to be receiving baby Sky to the family. So good stuff all the way around. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed, getting better each and every single day. I expect miracles. I get miracles. Everything always works in my favor. Today is Christmas, and everything is just always working in our favor, fam. So let's get right into it. I know you guys are excited. Let's practice some gratitude right before we get started. What is one thing that you guys are grateful for this morning? Type it in the chat box. What is one thing that we are all grateful for? Type it in the chat box, fam. Let's make sure we get all the gratitude out there. Let's open up our hands and let's let God know that we are grateful on this Monday morning. And I think it's important that we do so. So I'm extremely grateful for God. I'm extremely grateful for my family, for my mom, for my dad, for my little brother, my goddaughter, Dadiana. I'm extremely grateful for my team and the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for Matt Rosa, Janelis Rosa, for everything that they do for me. They're like literally father and mother figures in my life. So I'm extremely grateful for them and everything. I'm grateful for the company, I Am Mastery Academy. I'm extremely grateful for Katie and everything that she does for me. I'm grateful for the leaders in the Leadership Dynasty 3.0, the squad, the ability to travel. I'm grateful for, the roof over my head, the food I get to eat on a day-to-day basis. My ability to budget myself a lot better this summer has been something that I'm extremely grateful for as well. And I'm just grateful all the way around for my health and just everything that's happening for us each and every single day. And it's just a blessing all the way around. And I'm excited for everything that's coming for us. And let's get right into it, guys, because we have a good topic ahead of us. For those who are jumping on the call and you haven't been on the call in the last 3 days or so, 4 days, we started reading The Feeling is a Secret. And I wouldn't say started reading it, but we started studying it. We said, you know what, let's study this for a few days because it's a short read. It's only 33 pages. I think right now we are currently, right now we are currently 18 pages in. So we are actually more than halfway done with the book. So, and that's been in the last 3 days. It's only 4 chapters, the whole book. So the first chapter is dedicated to the law and its operation, which is The Feeling is a Secret. And right now we're on chapter 2 where he talks about sleep, okay, and the importance of sleep when you are practicing The Feeling is a Secret. So the way that it rolls, if you guys want the book and you want to follow along with me, if you are in my Telegram chat, okay, you can actually scroll up in the Telegram chat and there is a PDF version of it. Okay, there is a PDF version of it somewhere in there. If somebody can redrop it. Let me see if I can reshare from my laptop. Forward. There you go. I just forwarded again if you're in my Telegram chat. And if you're not, what I'll do is I'll drop the link in here for you guys. Here you go. That's my Telegram chat link. I have a PDF version so that way you guys can save it, consider it a gift. Right there, you kind of get the book right there. And then I still recommend to get the physical copy. In the book, I'm on page 18. I don't know if it's the same on the PDF version, but I know we're a few pages in after the chapter of sleep. So if you need to find it, you'll find it as I go and read. But I'm gonna get right into it because I'm excited. So if you guys are ready to listen, to take notes, to understand, to comprehend, to listen with intention, put a 3 in the chat box if you guys are ready for this information. Okay, because I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it, and I'm looking forward to it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Awesome. So I think we're at the bottom of this page of 18 because I remember reading that part already. Don't never go to sleep feeling discouraged. So we'll start there. We'll start right there where it said never go to sleep feeling discouraged, because that's kind of where we left off last thing, and we'll start there and we run it forward. So remember, guys, right now we are studying The Feeling is a Secret and what this is all about. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from this, and a lot of people are excited about it. So let's go right into it. So in the book it says never go to sleep, okay? Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Okay, so think about it. Just yesterday, Sunday, okay, last night, you got to ask yourself, did you go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied? Right away, you can start to ask yourself, these questions right away, because these are things that we got to apply immediately. So he says, never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. Okay? So as you feel, so do you impress her. And she, the perfect lover, gives form to these impressions and outpictures them as the children of her beloved. All right, fam. So it's important that we understand, look, we can easily apply this information right away, right here, right now, right? You can ask yourself, yo, did I go to sleep last night feeling discouraged, feeling like a failure, feeling dissatisfied, feeling like anything low vibrational in any kind of way? We got to be able to ask ourselves those specific questions right now, because what we got to understand is, look at what he said. He said, the subconscious sees you as you believe yourself to be. So if last night you fell asleep as a success, you fell asleep you fell asleep in a good state of mind, intentional, okay? Your mind is going to see you as that, right? That's why when I first started reading this book and I was waking up at 5:55 in the morning, okay, before I went to bed every night, I would tell myself, Nano, I see you waking up at 5:55 in the morning. I see you waking up excited. I see you having a great day. Wow, wow, wow. You're so awesome, bro. I'm so proud of you. You're so disciplined. You're so successful. And guess what? When the time came, it was easy for me to wake up because intentionally my mind was already being told that I was going to wake up filled with gratitude. I was going to wake up filled with excitement. Okay. But if you tell yourself the night before, man, I don't know if I want to wake up tomorrow. I don't know if I feel good enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get enough sleep or any of those things, then it's going to be very difficult for you to wake up. Remember, everything has to be extremely calculated. Nothing can just be done for no reason, right? So that's what he says, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. And as you impress her being the perfect lover, your subconscious, he's going to just give you back what you put out. And that's what's important. So let's continue right here, because I want you guys to truly understand that this sleep chapter, we only got like a few pages left, I think. I want to be able to finish this today. So though all fair, my love, there's no spot in thee, is the attitude of the mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen become seen. So before you fall asleep, regardless of what it is that you're going through in life, you want to put yourself in a position where you see yourself as you want to be. So I want you guys to make it a practice this week specifically, especially since we're starting the week off with this. Let's make it a goal for every single one of us on this call to make it a priority that before we fall asleep, we actually impress on our subconscious mind what we want ourselves to be, what we want our situation to be, regardless of the circumstances that you're going through right now, whether they good, bad, or indifferent. We are going to impress onto our subconscious mind only what we see ourselves as, only what we want to be. Okay, put a 1 in the chat box if I can count on you this week to make that a priority. Okay, make this a priority this week. We're going to make this a priority, all of us, because we need to all work on this together. Okay, this is not something that, I'm teaching you guys and then we're going to put it into our notebooks and then we're going to close it and never talk about it again. No, the key to really having the life-changing opportunities in your life is we must apply this. We got to apply this. Okay, so he said it, disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. How do you wish things were? How do you wish your bank account looked? How do you wish your business looked? How do you wish your relationship with your family, with your significant other looked? How do you wish that? Fall asleep in that feeling. Okay, so let's continue. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not precede. Proof that you are will follow the consciousness that you are. It will not precede. You are an internal dreamer dreaming of non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of their reality. And that is so true. That is so true, right? Because what tends to happen is when you put yourself in that position, when you change that vibration and you put yourself in a more positive, more uplifting, more confident vibration, remember, that's now what you are impressing into the subconscious. Okay, so when you impress that into the subconscious, the same way that if you would have impressed something bad would have showed up, is the same way that when you impress something good, it also shows up. That's what he's saying. He said, signs follow, they do not precede. So the same way that it works in the negative, it also works in the positive. You will see that magically things are just start working in your favor. People will just start to sign up in your business. Trades that you were once losing, you're now winning. Okay, people that were once saying no to your business are now saying yes to your business. Your mom, who was once arguing about the bills, is no longer arguing about the bills. It seems like everybody's energy around you changed, but it's because you changed. It's because you changed. You stopped thinking about those things. You started to think more positive. Your friends stopped making fun of you. People on your Instagram actually starting to like your pictures because now you're attracting the people that want to like your stuff. Before, you were attracting haters. Before, you were attracting people who didn't support you because that's what you were focused on. But the moment that energy changes, now you're only attracting people that show you love on your pictures. You're only attracting people who believe in you, who want to support you, who want to join your business. The whole energy changed because your aura changed. You guys know this. As a matter of fact, put a 2 in the chat box. Have you ever walked into a room and felt somebody's energy and was like, nah, I don't want that energy next to me? Right? Anybody, that ever happened to anybody? You walk into a room or somebody walks into the room and for some reason, just by looking at them, you know that you're like, yo, that person's energy is weird or strong. It's just some kind of energy that I don't want. Why? Because energy, you can feel it anywhere. And you can tell that that person is, and isn't it funny how sometimes the person that you thought that about is the one that ends up getting into the fight that night, or, they're the one who ends up, getting into a scuffle with somebody, right? Isn't it funny how that always works? Because the thing is that they are attracting that. Is their energy, is their aura, okay? It is their aura. I'm telling you, that's how it always works. So the same way, and I'm just using that as an example because, these are real life examples where we see energy working, right? Where we see people who have bad energy attract even more badder situations into them. Well, guess what, guys? The same way works with you as a person. As a person, when you walk into a room, you want to walk into a room and light it up. Like, yo, who just walked into that room? You want to be a magnet to people. Like, people are like, yo, I want that energy. That's good energy right there, because they know off the back that if they had the energy that you had, that they will attract only good things. Big smiles. Why do we always start mornings with Nano with big smiles, big, happy, cheesy smiles, show them teeth off, right? Because guess what? When you do that, people are naturally attracted to you because of your energy. You have to have good energy. That is so important. Something my mentor told me, he said, Nano, your energy is your new identity. He said, your energy is your new identity. And another thing he told me, he said this. He says, your energy will introduce you before yourself introduces. Remember that right there. Your energy will introduce you before you even introduce yourself. Didn't we just talk about that? We just said it right now. Somebody could walk in the room right now, and that person's energy will introduce them before they even introduce themselves to me. So you got to work on that energy. And people who are woke and people who are aware of energy and people who are empaths and they're tapped in with this information, the moment you walk into rooms, they know this. Remember, people that make money, people that are rich, people that are wealthy, they tapped in with this information. So they know somebody with good energy when they see somebody. They know somebody who's not there, all there when they see it. Trust me, all millionaires, all people know someone's energy. Super easy, very simple. So we got to understand this. Listen to this. Do not limit yourself to the past, though. Knowing that nothing is impossible to the consciousness, begin to imagine states beyond the experiences of the past. Whatever the mind of a man can imagine, man can also realize. So whatever you visualize in your mind, you can realize this. You can actually create this. Okay. All objective, which means visible, states were first subjective invisible states. And you called them into the visible by assuming the feeling of their reality. That is major sauce. Make sure you guys highlight that right there. All objective, which means visible. Okay. This is all the visible right here. Okay. This camera as an example. All right. This is a camera, right? We can all agree this is a camera right here, right? At one point, this was somebody's imagination. This is right here. This camera is the physical representation of what someone at one point had in their mind. At one point, this was not objective. This was subjective. But now this is the objective because this is the visible. When it was in the person's mind, it was subjective. Okay. And that goes with anything. That goes with anything. Any object that you look around, it was at one point subjective. All of this was subjective. You got to remember this stuff. Whatever you can see in your mind, you can really hold in your hand. At one point, people thought it was impossible for someone to create a camera. But now everybody creates cameras. So for you guys, remember, sometimes it may feel like it's impossible for you to get to a certain level in your life, a certain level in your business, but now it's possible for others. That's why they say you got to open the doors for others first. Nobody knew it was possible to make $30,000, $40,000 a month until Nano did it. That's how it works. People didn't know it was possible for you to make this kind of money until somebody goes out and does it. People didn't know that somebody from the hood in Washington Heights can go out there and be a top network marketer and speak on stages all over the world until somebody goes and does it. That's important. Okay, so we got to remember that. It says the creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. Always imagine and expect the best. And let me tell you guys something. The reason why you have to always imagine the things that you want is because your imagination is going to get tested most. It's going to get tested most when you're being challenged. Can you keep imagining? Can you keep the vision clear through difficult times? Shout out to my brother Gustavo on the call, right? Can you keep the vision clear even though things are challenging? This is important. The world cannot change until you change your conception of it. As within, so without. Nations as well as people are only what you believe them to be. No matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter who it concerns, you have no one to change but yourself. And you have neither opponent nor helper in bringing about the change within yourself. So we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world. We want to see more positive people, more healthier people. We have to be that. You want to see more people at peace? We have to be an example of that. We want people to take more risk. We have to take more risk. We want people to do things differently, to have morning routines, to read books. We have to do it. If I would have been shy or if I would have cared about what other people think about how many blessings I would have took away from other people. You don't know how many people I've inspired to start reading. But it was because I put myself out there like, yo, I read books. Like, I'm literally on a call right now studying a book with you guys. This inspires other people to be like, well, Nano's reading a book with his team, with his family. I want to read a book with my family. I want to study a book as well. Nano wakes up in the morning. I want to start waking up in the morning. He journals, I journal, right? Because you got to be willing to do the things that you want to see the change in the world. The reason why I do these things, not only do I do them for my personal, gain and, my growth as well, but I do it so I could inspire Nikki, so I can inspire Kaylee, so I can inspire Alexis, CJ, Delina, Natalie, Iman, CJ, every single one of you. I do it to inspire you guys. You guys, I'm not going to get paid for you guys going and reading a book, right? I'm not going to get paid for you to journal, but I want to inspire you because I know what it's done for me. So I'm like, yo, if it did it for me, imagine what it's going to do for them. Okay. So that's the key. And think about it. That was one to one. Now imagine when you start doing it now. Imagine, as a matter of fact, put a 2 in the chat box if you starting to read or starting to work on yourself has inspired other people as well, right? If you have inspired even one person, right? Just because you started reading, did someone else start reading? Just because you started jumping on mornings with Nano, did you inspire somebody else, right? Look, you guys are all inspiring people. It wasn't just me. I may have been the one that inspired you, but guess what? You got inspired by me. Perfect, great. You saw me reading a book, so you started reading a book. But because you started reading a book, now your girlfriend is reading a book. Now your little brother or little sister is reading a book. Now you are inspiring them. And then guess what? They are going to inspire the rest. So when people ask me, I sometimes think that at this point, we've inspired millions in all reality. I truly believe we've already inspired millions. I truly believe we've already inspired millions through these calls. Because look at what happens. It's just a domino effect. It's just a domino effect. And the number doesn't matter, right? The goal is that we're impacting, but it's important that we understand. So you have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifested. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth. What is your truth? Is your truth is that you're struggling financially, you can't seem to figure it out, nothing ever works in your favor? Is that your truth? That's why you got to be very careful with what you say. What did I say when I jumped on this call? I feel good and I'm getting better every single day. Everything always works in my favor. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I expect miracles and I get miracles. Today is Christmas. That is my story that I tell myself. And guess what? Because I say that every morning on Mornings with Neno, yo, it actually comes true. Like everything does work in my favor. Everything is always getting better. Every day is Christmas. I am getting miracles and I'm getting them. And sometimes things show up in my life and I'm like, it's because I say that every morning. The miracles are showing up in my life every day because I speak them every day. Because that is my truth. All right. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the stage saw, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another state what you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that you convince yourself that he is already that which you desire him to be. So from this point moving forward, all we need to focus on and all we need to speak is what we want to be. For the rest of the year, I don't want anybody to talk about anything else but what you want to be. What do you want to accomplish? That's the only thing we should be speaking, regardless of the situation that you're in. You can either be in a good situation right now and you're going to get a better situation. You may not be in as good as a situation as you may want to be, but I know you want to get better. It doesn't matter in what situation any of us are on this call. The important thing is that we only focus on what we want from this point moving forward. Because the same way we are attracting these situations into our lives, regardless of what it is, the same way we can attract positive ones only. Okay, listen to this. It's going to get deeper and then we'll wrap it up here in a little bit, right? Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. And you got to be paying attention to that. That's what he's saying. He says, you cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. Family, so you said I missed the paragraph? No, I did it. Yeah, no, I didn't skip one. So, you cannot fail unless you convince yourself, okay, of the reality of the wish. So as long as you continue to, guys, remember, when I started reading this book, I was broke, didn't have nothing. All right. And I was convincing myself that I was a six-figure earner. That's all in my mind. That's all I was. It didn't matter that I had no money in the bank. It didn't matter that I was behind on payments. It didn't matter that my credit score had dropped to under 600. None of that stuff mattered. All that mattered was the wish in my mind that I had already accomplished a multiple six figures. That was the only thing that mattered to me. That was my only truth. And this is what he says. And you gotta catch the little points right there. And I want you guys to highlight this, right? That last little paragraph where he says, a change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. What do you think that means? The way that you know that the story that you've been telling yourself has changed and has actually started to take form is when the results that are showing up, what you express, remember, what you express, you are going to be able to confirm it because of the things that you've been speaking. So once you bring to life let's say, for example, you've been in a negative state of mind, as an example, right? Let's say things haven't been working now in your favor. Money hasn't really been there showing up, but you started to work on it. After this book, you were like, you know what? I'm going to listen to Neno. Neno told me just do this every day. So every day before you're falling asleep, you're convincing yourself that you are that multiple six-figure earner and that everything is working in your favor. Your credit score is above 700. You know, you got money flowing in. The moment that you get that first sign in life where things start to work in your favor, for example, you know, you meet somebody and that person puts you onto a business opportunity that helps you make some more money, that is already a change of expression right there. The moment you meet somebody, the moment you get an idea, the moment you get a book, the moment things start to work in your favor, that is a confirmation that you have changed your belief, that you are working in the right path, and you have to take advantage of those. That's when I knew. Reading this book helped me out so much, because when I would get back into that vibration, I would always pay attention to the things that would happen to me throughout the day. And I would be like, okay, what happened to me today? And I would pay attention. Was that an expression of what I've been impressing? Yes, perfect. So now I got to take advantage, because it means that I'm in the vibration. Now I got to speak it more. Now I got to be more on point. That's why I would always tell myself, I'm like, okay, boom, I'm in the vibration now. Key, got it. I got the vibration. Now I got to push it. Now I know I can't slip up because I'm in the vibration, right? Once you know you're in the vibration, you can't leave the vibration, because now is that everything is going to work in your favor. Guys, your life can change today. Your whole entire dynamic of your whole entire year can change today on one decision. You guys don't even know that. You can start attracting good situations into your life today and tomorrow just off a change of the things that you tell yourself. Everything could start going in the way that you want it to go just by changing the things that you say to yourself. You can go and you can start telling yourself today, and before you fall asleep, you tell yourself something. Tomorrow, you can attract the situation into your life that aligns with what you were telling yourself the night before, and you can take that one situation and run with that situation. It can change for you. Look, every night as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless. For your subjective lover always forms the objective world in the image and the likeliness of your conception. Okay? Let me go back to it. In the conception of it and the conception defined by your feeling. The walking 2/3 of your life on earth ever corroborates or bears witness to your subconscious impressions. Okay? The actions and events of the day are effects, they are not causes. That's important. Remember, we went over the law of cause and effect. We went over the law of cause and effect, so we understand that. Okay? Free will is only freedom of choice. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Is your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of the subconscious. The subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in a way known only to itself, give these impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions. His illusion of free will, his belief in freedom of action, is but ignorance of the causes which make him act. He thinks himself free because he has forgotten the link between himself and the event. Man awake is under compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling. For only as he does, so he will change his world. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Wow, that's powerful. It's very, very powerful. Do not waste one moment in regret. Make sure you read it. Make sure you highlight that. Do not waste one moment in regret, fam. Hey, if it happened, it happened. It is what it is, right? It happened. That person left your business, it happened. Okay, something happened in your life, it happened. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Nobody here wants to reinfect themselves, fam. Nobody. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours where you are already the one you wish to be. Feeling a state produces that state. The part you play on the world stage is determined by your conception of yourself. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on earth tomorrow. While asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. This book is getting good, man. Wow. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If, as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself in the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of reactions and feelings of the waking day. What did he say right there? He's saying this. He said, make no mistake. If you fall asleep, if last night you fell asleep and you didn't consciously feel yourself in the state of the answered wish, okay, then whatever feelings and reactions you had throughout the day, that's what your sleep is going to be made of. It's important information for everybody to guys, the information that I've been sharing in the last 5 days is information that, if applied, this could be the thing that changes your life. No cap. Seriously, this could be the information that changes your life if applied. Only if applied. Like, you have to go into this with like a childish curiosity kind of thing. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what Neno said. You have to literally just do it. And do it the whole summer. Don't question me. Don't ask me. Don't do it today and be like, Neno, but nothing happened tomorrow. Don't do it this week and be like, Neno, but my life still, it hasn't changed. No. Do it until it works. Do it until you figure it out. I can guarantee you, listen to me, family. I can guarantee you, if you do this, your life will change. Your life will change. And I'm not talking about your life will change with money. Your life will change because guess what? You'll look at life from different glasses, from different lenses. I promise you, your life will change if you apply this information, because this was the information that I applied that gave me the change of lenses. I was still broke, but it changed the lenses. It changed my view. I was like, wait. I was looking at things this way. I get to look at life a whole new different way. My life changed. And now I can create the life because I can see life from different lenses now. I can create the life that I want because I can see what I want now. It's important. Okay? It's important. I'm still in creation mode. I want you guys to understand that Nano hasn't made it yet. Nano just recently started to change his life. Nano just recently changed his lenses. And now I'm in creation mode still. I want you guys to understand this stuff. I'm still in creation mode. It's just now the things that I see are a lot better than the things that I used to see. All right. So that's what he says. You want to fall asleep every day in the feeling of that wish. Now, we only got these last 2 pages and we're done. He says, and while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. You will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by the concept of yourself as you fell asleep. So if you hit the snooze button this morning, it's because that was the concept that you had of yourself before you fell asleep last night. If you woke up this morning and you springed out of bed and you were excited and you were blessed and you were full of gratitude, then guess what? That's how you're gonna wake up. That's why they said set the intention before you fall asleep. People ask me all the time, Nano, bro, it's so hard for me to wake up in the morning. Nano, it's so hard, bro. I don't know how you do it. I always hit the snooze button. It's just so difficult for me this morning, bro, in the morning to wake up. And the moment they tell me that, I hear myself, because those were the things that I used to say until I learned the importance of changing the things that I was saying. Think about what they just told me. Nano, it is so hard for me to wake up in the morning. They are telling me what they thinking. They are telling me what they're thinking. So think about it. What they're thinking is the conscious mind. So what do you think they're impressing into their subconscious mind? They're impressing that into their subconscious mind. Guess how that makes them feel? The fact that they can't wake up early, so on and so forth. They're doubting it. They feel bad because they don't wake up. Think about the feelings. That's what they're impressing into their subconscious mind. Now, guess what? What you impress into your subconscious mind is what then gets expressed. So then tomorrow, when it's time to wake up, they hit that snooze button. They stay in bed. They don't wake up. It is hard for them to wake up because you're going to wake up as the conception that you have of yourself. Your subconscious mind controls your actions. So if you tell yourself that it's hard to wake up, guess what? In the morning, your subconscious mind is going to express and put you in a situation where it is hard for you to wake up, because that's what you are speaking. That's what you're speaking. That's how it works. This is how it really works. I was guys, there was nobody that liked to sleep more than me. I loved waking up 10, 11 a.m. I used to love waking up when I was done sleeping. That was how I was. I woke up when I was done sleeping. So if I was done sleeping at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., lunchtime, then that was when I was done sleeping. You could not pay me to wake up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You couldn't pay me. But I said, yo, if I want to be successful, I got to make sacrifices. If I want to be successful, I got to be up before everybody else. I got to train my mind to wake up early, because that's the real flex. Is getting up early before everybody else and putting that work in and working on myself. So I started to convince myself that I was great at waking up early. I am so good at waking up at 5, 6 in the morning. I feel so good, so energized. And you know what? It actually works. Dude, I would wake up at 5, 6 in the morning, and I would wake up filled with energy, excited, blessed. I'm like, yo, this is so dope that I literally convinced myself that I was going to wake up filled with energy, and I would wake up filled with energy. I would wake up filled with energy. Someone asked me, how was the first days of your routine? They were a little bit difficult, but after I got in the groove, it was over. The first few days are always difficult. But once you get in the groove, it's over. It just flows, right? So where we were at right here. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama. But the drama, the actions, events, and circumstances of the day have already been determined. Damn, bro. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about that. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama. But the drama, the actions, the events, and the circumstances of the day have already been determined. So everything for your day has already been determined, and you don't even know that. The things that are going to happen in your day already today have already been determined by the fact, by the impressions that you've been giving your mind over the last few days this weekend. So whatever happens in your life today is all a reflection of the impressions that you've been giving your subconscious mind. Everything that happens today, whether good, bad, or nothing, is all of an impression. Even if nothing shows up, that means that you've been impressing nothing. If it's negative, then you've been impressing negative. If it's positive, then you've been impressing positive. That's how this works. These are laws. This is not, this is laws, family, laws. Okay, last page, and we're done here. Unless you consciously and purposely define the attitude of mind with which you go to sleep, you unconsciously go to sleep in the composite attitude of mind made up of all the feelings and reactions of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression, and unless counteracted by an opposite and more dominant feeling, is the cause of future action. Ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. Use your divine right wisely. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. Think about that right there. Highlight that. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. While you are awake, you are a gardener selecting the seed for your garden. That's the truth. I just told you guys this, right? If you tell yourself that it's hard for you to wake up, that's the seed that you are planting. That's the seed you're planting. If you throughout the day today say at one point, man, it's so hard for me to wake up, you just planted that seed in your garden. You just planted that seed in your garden. Right? Expect a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die. It abideth alone. But if it die, it bring forth much fruit. Your conception of yourself as you fall asleep is the seed you drop into the ground of the subconscious. Dropping off to sleep, feeling satisfied and happy compels conditions and events to appear in your world which confirm these attitudes of mind. Sleep is the door into heaven. What you take in as a feeling, you bring out as a condition, action, or object in space. So sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as in consciousness, so on earth. And we finished that chapter right there. Okay. Put a 2 in the chat box if you guys got value by chapter 2, right? On sleep. Man, I needed to hear a lot of that as well. I started applying it right away. There is so much value in this book. So much value. So much things that we need to start applying. It makes us aware of where we are. Okay, but it also makes us excited about where we're going next. And that's the best thing about it. I'm excited now to see what we create over the next 30 days, 60 days. I'm excited now because I'm going to know who's been creating, who's been impressing what into their mind. It makes me think about the things that my leaders and certain people, like it's really, this book is putting a lot of things back into perspective for me, because not only is it making me think about myself, but it's also making me think about the people around me and the things that they are impressing, because I'm looking at what's being expressed by certain people in my business and certain people in my life. And I'm like, man, I need to let them know about this, because it is obvious that they've been impressing the wrong things into their mind. You guys are now aware of this information. This kind of information, guys, there's people, I'm telling you guys from experience, people pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for this information. Just to have the information that I gave you guys for free, people pay for this just to have this right here. Just to have something that they can remember. Like, now you're aware of this. You're aware of sleep. You're aware of the law and its operation. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about prayer. Awareness is the best thing that you could ever have in this life, bro. You now know. You now know. Every single one of you guys on this call, You know now. But remember, to know and to not do is to not know at all. Do not be the one that knows this information and doesn't apply this. We have over 500, 600 people on this call right now. Okay. And there's thousands that are going to watch after this throughout the day. For everybody watching this at this very point in time, please make sure that you start to apply this information. This is not information that you have to walk down the street to apply it. It's not information that you have to post on Instagram. This is information that you just work on it on your own by yourself. It's information that we can apply right now as we speak right here, right before you go to bed. Get yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and start paying attention to the things that are being expressed. Everything that happens in your life today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this summer is all an expression of what you've been impressing. Be aware of that. Be aware of the situations. Be aware of all the things that happen. So that way you can see, wow, things are changing. Things are changing. Pay attention to the people in your life, how they're reacting. Pay attention to the situations, to your business, what's going on. The moment you start to see things change, take advantage. Like, take it and run with it. Because now you're aware. Now you can take action because you are aware. You start thinking about having successful people join your business, and this week a successful person joins your business. That means that you've made the right impressions into your subconscious mind. That means it's working. That means it's working. I remember when I first lost. I'll tell you a quick story. Um, there was a time when I told you guys I hit six figures and then I lost it and then I had to rebuild it again. And what had happened was, I had lost my business due to lack of systems, relationships, a lot of stuff that I didn't. So I went from making, $10,000 to $12,000 a month to $1,000 a month. And it took me time to regain that momentum because it was a hard thing. And it was a big test in my life. And what had came true was what was my fear. It was something that I used to impress into my mind. If I'm being honest, I used to impress into my mind, like, yo, what if I gain it and then I lose it? And it's so funny because I had those thoughts and they came true. Think about that. Even those little fears that I had, they came true. The little fears that I used to have, like, yo, like I knew I was going to make it, right? But I was like, man, what if I make it and then I lose it? Those were little thoughts that I had. And this is me being completely transparent, right? I used to have these thoughts like, yo, what if when I hit it, I lose it? And like, I lose it. And like, my fears came true because these were things that I was impressing in my mind. So I lost it. And when I lost it, right, I learned something very valuable. I learned the test right there, right? They said, like somebody said in the chat, my brother CJ, he said the vision had to be tested for authenticity, right? He said, all right, you were scared, you were doubtful. Let me take it away from you really quick. Now go get it again. Let me go get it again. And I remember having a conversation with my leader, my little brother, Michael, and we had a conversation. I'll never forget the day because that was the conversation, like I said, that caused the switch in me, right? I told you guys that it takes one conversation. It could take one call. It can take one decision to change everything. We jumped on a call and I'll end it after this. But I remember we jumped on a call. This was back in 2020. If I'm not this was 2020. This was May of 2020. The conversation we had was like the last day of April, around there, April 29th, if I'm not mistaken, April 20, something like that, right? He jumps on a calls with me and he had just finished reading this book by John C. Maxwell, and it was talking about blind spots. And he automatically thought about me. He called me and gave me one of the most uncomfortable conversations that I've had in my whole life, because remember, this is coming from my mentee. So my mentee calls me and tells me, yo, Nano, I have a few things I want to talk to you about, bro. I just read this book and I realized that you have a lot of blind spots, bro. And he sat there for 30, 45 minutes, guys. And he just gave me blind spot after blind spot after blind spot. And he's like, bro, this and that. And he made me realize a lot of things that as a leader, I wasn't even realizing myself. And from that day, I made the decision that enough is enough and that I need to go out there and make a decision to change my life again. So I remember that day, I said, bro, thank you for this. This is everything I needed. I hit up my flyer person. I told my flyer guy, yo, I need you to make me a flyer for Chairman 25. Okay, make me a flyer, because that was my next rank. I already knew how to get to Chairman 10, which was the rank that I was at, making 10,000. I was like, I'm gonna go and run for my next. So I made the flyer. And from that day forward, I remember it was on a Saturday, Sunday. From that day forward, I started to impress into my mind that I was that Chairman 25. Boom, boom, boom. On May 5th, I recruited a leader who was from Australia. She was a 7-figure earner in Australia. Her name is Natalia. Some of you guys know who she is. And Natalia was the expression of what I had been impressing into my mind. So when I saw that she joined my business, I'm like, bingo. When I saw that I attracted her into my business, I knew that I had opened the door now. I'm like, bet, here we go. And I took that vibration and I ran with it, and I stayed on point with it the whole entire year. I didn't slip up. She was the one that opened the door. And then from there, leader after leader after leader after leader started to just show up. And some of the leaders that joined during that time are still here today. Think about that. I attracted her, right? She was the expression of what I had been impressing into myself. Next thing you know, 90 days later, 6 months later, okay, because of that door that we opened, an extra 500 people joined my business. Just that came directly from that energy level, right? And then that impression also helped other impressions. Michael started turning up. This person started to turn up. And exactly a year later, I hit Chairman 25. From being at $1,000 a month to going all the way up to not just Chairman 10, back to the rank that I was at, but up to Chairman 25. So a whole year later from when I made the flyer in May, I hit Chairman 25 May 18th. It just happened a whole year later from the day I made the decision. So it was like, it took me down, but it was like a catapult. Boom, shoot you back up exactly to where I was impressing into my mind for a whole year. You can ask people who've been on Mornings with Nano. They saw it happen. We were doing the visualizations on the call. You guys remember we used to do visualizations before Mornings with Nano. What do you think I was visualizing? What do you think I was impressing into my mind during those visualizations? And then it all came true. So you gotta know this stuff. You gotta be paying attention. Start impressing things into your mind. Impress, 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 impress. Impress what you want. Only the feeling of that wish fulfilled. How does it feel? Feel it, feel it. What do you want? What do you want? Is it 6 figures that you want? Okay. Start impressing it every night. Feel it, visualize it, write it down, speak it. Okay. And the moment something expresses in the physical that aligns with what you've been impressing, you're in vibration, go run it. That's it. You know you're in the vibration, go run it now. You see it. That's it. It's you are impressing the right things into your mind. Yes, I still do the same visualization till this day. Till this day, I still do the same visualization, fam. So good call. Great call, as a matter of fact. I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys. If you guys got value from today's call, put a 3 in the chat box. If you guys got value from today's call, because today was a good one, right? Very, very, very good one. That wraps up today's call. Yeah, actually talked more than what I was supposed to. But I really want you guys to really start to apply this information. I really want to see you guys take this information and run with it. This is information that's going to change everything for us. Let's see ourselves as those successful individuals. See yourself as that leader. See yourself as that person that deserves these things. And watch things just start to change for you. Question, Nano, how did you know that this was aligned with you when you first lost it all? The reason I knew it was aligned with me, this, I don't know if by this you mean the book or the situations that happen, is because you got to pay attention to what you are impressing first, right? And what are you impressing? So if I'm impressing positive things into my life, positive, high vibrational things, and then something shows up in my life that is positive and high vibrational, then that tells me that I'm in alignment. So then I take advantage of that. So it's important that you are consciously aware. That's the magic word here, guys. Consciously aware of what you're impressing, so that way now you can be consciously aware of what you're expressing. It's important. You're going to be able to see. If you're not happy with what you're expressing, is because of what you are impressing. So make sure that you guys always be aware of this. And the best way to put yourself in a high vibration is to express gratitude. Express gratitude for what you have, and express gratitude for the things that are coming already. I mean, how did you know this business was meant for you when you lost your rank? Because in this business, they say that in this business, your career starts when you lose your rank. So when you derank, when you lose your rank, that's when it all starts. So that's when my business actually started. So when you lose your rank, when you derank, and you lose what you have worked for, now is when your career starts. Because now is that you get to put to the test what you've learned and see if you can get it back. If you can't get it back, then you never really learned anything. If you could get it back, then you learned it. And that's what I did. I proved to myself that I could get it back because I had did it already. So everything that I had learned was put to the test there, and I was able to pass the test. And that's why I was able to get it back and more, because not only did I pass the test, but I was over prepared for the test, so to say. So it's important that you guys understand this stuff. All right. So good stuff. Great call all the way around. I'm going to do a quick prayer for us, and then we're going to go. All right, fam. So everybody bow your heads and let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with another beautiful day filled with your grace and your abundance. We are so thankful for this beautiful Monday morning filled with all the wisdom that you filled us up with this morning. Wow, we are so thankful to be learning about the importance of sleep and how to positively impress our mind with the ideas and the thoughts that we need and the feelings that we need in order for us to create the lifestyle that we want. You are truly teaching us life-changing principles and making us aware of information that the majority of people aren't aware of. But I want you to know, God, that you are putting this information into great hands, because our goal with this is to do exactly what we are here to do, which is to serve, to inspire, to impact the next person to do the exact same, God. And in order for us to do that, we need to be the ones that apply the information, God. So continue to bless us, continue to guide us. Anyone that's on this call, God, that is currently dealing with any negative situations, any doubtful, and just anything that's not aligned with high vibrations, God, I pray that you can put your hand over them and heal them and clean them of any of those energies. Because right now, moving forward, we only want to be able to impress positive and joyful information and impressions into our subconscious, God, because we only want nothing but great expressions in our lives. So we love you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do for us each and every single day. Thank you for protecting us, for guiding us, for being our leader, for always being there for us. There's no one better than you, God. We love you so much and we appreciate you so much. Let's go out there and have a great day. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, fam. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to jump on this call. Tomorrow we're back, And tomorrow we're going to be going over chapter 3, prayer, which is only like 4 pages. Okay, so we'll be able to finish chapter 3 tomorrow, and then we'll probably finish this book honestly by Wednesday. Honestly, we'll be done with this book. We'll probably do chapter 3 and chapter 4 back to back, and we'll be done with it Wednesday, fam. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited to apply this information. Intention for the week. Okay, what is our intention for this week? Our intention for this week is to feel ourselves in the feeling of the wish fulfilled before we go to sleep. Let's be extremely conscious of and aware of the things that we are impressing into our conscious mind and subconscious mind. And then let's also be aware of what's being expressed. Okay, make very conscious awareness that whatever happens today, okay, is an expression of what you've been impressing in the past. Do not react, only respond. Okay, please, before you go to bed, feel yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Like this video. If you haven't liked this video, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, turn on the post notification as well. If you guys want to listen to me outside of this, you can listen to me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. It's all under the name Mornings with Nano. This is the book right here. It's called The Feeling is the Secret. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Mornings with Nano. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to elevate. Things are finally being finalized with MMX. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'll make sure that we do it with time so that everybody can get locked in. All right, fam. So I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And have a blessed day, fam. God bless. Let's go.